Yo, this is Boštjan from Bosslifehacks.com, and today I'll talk about how to become more emphatic, or how to step into another person's shoes. Now, I've recently read a few books, and two of them are All Marketers Are Liars and How Real is Real. And both authors agree on one thing, it's that every person that you interact with comes with a different worldview. And this is crucial. This is crucial if you want to establish a good relationship with them, be it personal or business-wise. And this is crucial to kind of understand their actions and why they happen. So teaching empathy or explaining worldviews can be very abstract and difficult. So basically I provided or compiled a few different character traits, a few different personality types of stereotypical people you can see in your day-to-day life, and I'll try to explain how you can look at them from a different sort of view, from a different worldview. Now, pay in mind that all these character types, as I said, are very stereotypical and they are colored with my own worldview as well. It doesn't mean that these people are really like that. It doesn't mean even if you recognize yourself in one of these stereotypes, it doesn't mean you have to act like that or whatever. It's just kind of like my own personal worldview, and me trying to explain how you can look at like one sort of character from a different way, right? So it's just like a thought experiment, so bear with me. One stereotypical example is your typical metalhead, right? Dressed in black, long hair, Slayer t-shirt, right? And maybe some person would think, yeah, they just listen to loud music all the time, they like to headbang and they go to metal, festivals, and they're like, they're like a little bit weird and standoffish. However, in, multiple experiences from me and other people that I talk to as well, like metalheads are the most friendliest people ever. They're really good friends, they are very emphatic themselves, they're in touch with their feelings, they're really warm and cool people. So it's totally different. Your next typical example is the typical gym guy. You might only think that they're only interested in looks and they drink protein shakes all day and basically that's all they do. But in reality, it's not like that. For example, a character trait of them is they have to be really disciplined, right? Like a body like this doesn't come just like that, They have to really exercise and do this for years and years with very strict diets and training regimens so they can look like this, right? So, for example, if you were to hire a person like this, you can know that they will work hard. They will really work hard, right? Also, there's a lot of bromanship in circles like that will help you exercise as well because they've been through it before. So again, you might think of they're very superficial, they only think about the looks, but on the other hand, it brings different traits such as discipline or hard work or other factors to the game. Your next stereotypical example is your hot girl, in a club wearing a dress, she's super nice, everybody's looking at her, and you might think, oh, like her life is perfect, everybody's buying her drinks, she's flying around, modeling offers, whatever. But again, there's a different worldview as well, She also has her own dreams and aspirations, and the fact is that most of the guys who interact with her, they just want to fuck her, right? There's like 5% of dudes who actually tell her that, and 95% of dudes who say, yeah, I want to be your friend, I want to help you out, but they still want to fuck her, just don't, like to tell her that. So again, it's a different worldview, right? If you take into the consideration that that maybe there's a career that she wants to pursue, or maybe there's like a hobby, maybe she can sing, play the guitar, whatever the fuck, again, you will connect and interact with that person much differently. Another example is a drunk guy in the club trying to, talk to a girl. Again, the girl might think that, oh, this is just another drunk dude, I don't like this, blah, blah. But on the other hand, in his worldview, like he's doing something pretty cool, right? He's like, risking everything to go and talk to her to see if she likes him or not. And that's a pretty scary thing to do. And why did he drink? Well, because it kind of takes balls, so it's a bit easier if you have a beer or two, right? So again, very different worldview. He might be a really cool, nice guy just trying to, meet somebody, and then again the worldview of there is, oh, he's just drunk and just like weird, right? So again, different worldviews for different people. And then we have the next example is your typical taxi driver or Uber driver. You know, again, you might think, oh, you know, they don't know to do anything better, or they just drive the car, you know, it's kind of interesting or boring or whatever you think it is. But again, real examples show us different things. Maybe it's a real estate investor who just is not making any sales in the moment and does it like additionally to help him, you know, get to the next big sale. Or maybe it's somebody who's just like working weekends in order to fund their own startup. Or maybe it's just somebody who really likes driving and has a really nice car and doesn't get to drive that much, so they start to do like Uber or taxi so they can drive their nice car a bit more, right? So there's again different sort of view. The next stereotypical example we have is a convenience store owner, okay? Everybody knows them. You come into a store and you don't really think about what's their story, right? You know, usually it's an immigrant, maybe English is not the best, and you don't really even think about it. However, again, a different worldview might tell them that they actually have a really good life compared to what they might have in their home country. Or maybe, you know, if there's a young guy working there, maybe you fail to recognize that maybe he doesn't like working there, and like maybe his family is it's a family business, so he kind of has to do it, you know. And all these things, when you interact with people, will help you. Another example is a movie star or a famous person or a YouTube celebrity. They're quite famous these days. You might think their life is super perfect, you know, like they have all this money, all this prestige, status. But again, the reality is different. They also have their own problems, because once you have all the material things, there's other things that you need to figure out, like what's your purpose, you know, what are you, you know, why are you here in this world and things like that. So again, it's a different worldview, you know. Okay, your next typical example is a beggar on the street, right? You know, they ask for money or they try to, you know, like get some change or whatever. And again, you might think, oh, you know, that person is not working, you know, and whatever. But another worldview is, you know, most people would just say, yeah, they're poor, they can't do anything else. But some people actually decide for that, you know. They might be actually really happy. If you live in a warm country, you know, you don't need much. You have food, and they have something that most of us don't have. They're free. They can do whatever the fuck they want all day long, you know. No boss to tell you what to do, no obligations, no nothing. You can, you know, enjoy nature or whatever. Again, there's a different worldview for that. So maybe next time you interact with a beggar on the street, maybe you can get their idea of how it is to be free, or how it is to be, you know, like on your own terms, or similar things like that. Again, it's just my opinion of how it is, but I'm telling you that there's a different story or a different worldview for each and every person you interact with. Alright, boss, I hope you enjoyed this video. A short recap. Basically, all of us come to this world with different worldviews, right? Our own different stories. Now, the goal to become like more emphatic and more successful in your interactions with people is to kind of acknowledge their story, right? Try to put yourself into their shoes, try to look things from a different perspective, and then you're guaranteed to have more success with interactions with these people. You have all these stereotypical whatever examples in your mind, and try to look at it from a different way, and you might find that your interactions and even your business cooperations are going way better than before. Let me know what you think about this video. I really like the feedback. I like all the likes and comments. I read every single one of them. And let me know if the topic is interesting. It's maybe a little more like abstract, maybe more into like the psychology, whatever, you know. But I like this topic, so let me know what you think. And I'll see you soon.